Are you ready for the most ridiculous advice in fantasy football? If so, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, without any further ado, here they are. It's Terrbiculus and Rondiculus.
Hello and welcome to week 12 of the Terrbiculus and Rondiculus show. I'm Terrbiculus, joined by Rondiculus.
Hey Terry.
Hey Ron.
What's going on?
I'm ready for week 12. How about you?
I am too.
I've got great picks for you this week.
Well,
Fantastic picks.
I hope I do. I've been in a little bit of a slump here in the middle of the season. Hopefully I get some great picks for you this week, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We want to let you know we're recording this on Tuesday evening, so we're recording it early in the week due to the holiday and scheduling conflicts. So, we hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, and
we can enjoy our holiday.
Absolutely, and we want to just with the players, make sure you check the weather, injuries, because stuff can happen during the week. So keep that in mind with the players we recommend for you. And so for Thanksgiving, I'm going to be here in Charlotte. Where are you going to be?
I'm heading up to Cleveland, home
awesome.
of the Browns.
Very good, very good. So,
my favorite city with my favorite team.
That's great. Well, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to be spending Thanksgiving with some friends here and inviting me to their house. So very nice of them and much appreciated. So we hope everybody had happy Thanksgiving. We're going to talk a little bit about week 11. We're going to jump right into week 12. So I think we got some great picks. Hopefully we got some great picks.
Let's not skip over week 11.
Okay, yeah. I got to give props here. Terrbiculus over here knocked it out of the park last week. He made some great picks. 3 of his suggestions ended up in the winning lineup. They won $500,000.
Like I told you, those are the play. I've got to play these players in the right lineups.
Exactly. I know. Yeah.
Once I do that,
he's recommended them. He's not playing them in the right lineups. But that's to put the combination together because you have the salary cap. You got to figure out the right combination.
And that's why we give you a whole bunch of players. We give you We give you a high price player. We give you a medium, and then we give you a value. And then Ron give you some ridiculous choice, like through his hidden gems.
Exactly.
Which we'll talk about much later in this show.
But the winning lineup, they had 191.86, so it was a little lower than we've seen all year. Usually it's 200 plus points. They used all their salary cap. Their players were pretty high owned. They only had one that was lower than 5%, which was their defense at 1.7% owned. And then Mike Williams was 8.3%. So everyone else was 10+% owned. They used a balanced lineup. The players that Terry recommended that were in the lineup were Justin Herbert, who was the second highest scoring quarterback, Adam Thielen, who was the highest scoring receiver, and Taysom Hill was the highest scoring tight end. Taysom Hill was kind of a free square for the week, but
we talked about that.
Hey, great job. Terry had some other great picks as well. Dalvin Cook was the top-rated running back. We agreed with him on Dalvin Cook. We also suggested Mike Davis, who was the 8th highest scoring running back. Taysom Hill was first. Justin Jefferson, receiver from Minnesota, was 8th for one of Terry's picks. And Cleveland's defense that we both agreed on was both first. So we had some decent picks. Terry definitely did much better than me, so hopefully I can do a little better for you guys this week. And like I said, great job to you.
Thanks,
congratulations.
You did have some nice picks, though. You did have some good picks.
I did. But
I thought I picked Mike Williams, too, but I went back to my notes last week. I didn't. I must have just been in my head.
Just been in your head, yes. It's all in your head.
I know I played it.
It's all in your head.
I just didn't tell you guys to play.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the winning lineup. Like I said, they used a balanced lineup. Wasn't a lot of great value plays last week, so they went more balanced, and you can do that. When there's a lot of good value plays when somebody's hurt and somebody's this low price is going to go. Like Taysom Hill was a great value, $4,500. That was kind of, you had to play him.
And we talked about that.
He was pretty much the only value play there.
That was a no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer. Yeah, so he was 68% owned. I'm surprised he wasn't 90% owned, to be honest with you. So he was definitely the play at tight end.
He's a higher price player this week.
Yeah, he's in the
quarterback.
He's in a quarterback slot, so they got it right this week. So you can do that, and like I said, you can have different strategies. You can do what's called stars and scrubs, where you have a lot of studs and a lot of low price value guys. And when you have guys like they're playing because other guys are injured, you can kind of go that approach. Everyone has different theories that they want to do. So this person did a balanced lineup, and congratulations to them. They're $500,000 richer. So much congratulations to them. And then we're going to go on to week 12 now. Start talking about what we have. A lot of great games this week.
Which was hard, too. I'm going to be honest.
There's a lot of great players to choose from.
A lot of great players. Yeah. That's what made it so hard, because you got a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of receivers that you can choose from. Yeah. But we're going to give you the winning ones. So
yes.
Just stand.
So we'll start with our game of the week. Who are you going to go with?
I bet we agree.
Okay. Well, we may. We've been agreeing a lot on our game.
We have. I'm going Chargers, Bills.
Oh, we're not agreeing this week. Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's a great game, though. I thought about that game.
All right.
Chargers, Bills. I like that. Two great quarterbacks. Could be high scoring. I like it.
I think I know who you're going to go with.
You want to guess or?
Go ahead, tell us.
I'm going to go Kansas City, Tampa Bay.
Oh, that's not who I thought you were going to go with.
So yeah, they're tied for the highest total on the slate as of right now, 56 points.
It is a good pick.
Kansas City's minus 3.5.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be high scoring back and forth. So that's my game of the week. There's another game, Las Vegas and Atlanta.
That's the one. That's the one I thought because that was one of mine too. That was one of my picks.
Yeah, it's got a 56-point total as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing in Atlanta, and Las Vegas is a 3-point favorite. So those are some games to think about as far as when building your lineups and stacking. That's a good thing when there's lots of good games because for stacking opportunities, so not everyone's going to be flocking to the one game. So you can pick your game, go with it, and you don't have to get crazy. So I think that's a good thing, having different options.
Those are all good options because, like you'll see through my picks, I'm not sure about your picks, Ron. My picks kind of tend to stay with those games of the week. So.
Yeah, I kind of did too. Well, the players we like and the games we like, so that kind of makes sense. So
you know who I'm going with quarterback, right?
So we're going to quarterback. My guess is you're going to go with Justin Herbert again.
Wrong. I'm going opposite. I'm going with Josh Allen.
Okay.
$8,600.
I like it.
Josh Allen. They are playing the Chargers. I've gone with Herbert past couple weeks now.
You have, and
it's worked for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Josh Allen this week, though, as my number one quarterback. Like I said, 8,600.
I like that pick.
It's going to be a great game, I think.
I think it is too.
Yeah. Herbert's not a bad.
No, he's not a bad option as well, but I like Allen too because they're playing in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Go with a home guy.
Yeah.
They both have rushing upside, so can't go wrong with either one. But I like that. I like that Josh Allen pick.
Thank you.
Mine's going to go with my game of the week. I'm going with Patrick Mahomes, $9,000 versus Tampa Bay. He's Patrick Mahomes. You nothing else to say.
Exactly.
No, I mean they're playing Tampa Bay. Goff just threw for 376 yards and 3 touchdowns against Tampa Bay, so they can be had. Patrick Mahomes is a stud. He can go off every week, so hopefully he goes off again this week.
Where are they playing?
They're playing in Tampa Bay.
In Tampa Bay, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, like I said. So I like Mahomes. He's $9,000. He's expensive, but I think he's worth the price. And for him to pay off, though, these high-priced studs, they need to score 2.5 to 3 times what their salary is. So, we need him to get about 27 points for us to really have him be worth rostering. So, but he can do that. He can get 30 plus. So I like him at 9,000.
We don't agree, but I mean that's a good pick.
Yeah. So who do you have as your next quarterback for us?
I'm going with Matt Ryan as my second choice. You did?
I did too. I did.
I knew we would agree.
Yeah,
7,600 for Ryan, and they're in Atlanta, so playing Las Vegas.
56-point total, like we said, which is tied for the highest in the slate. I think this is a great bounce back opportunity for him.
Yeah.
He had a bad game against New Orleans. Mm-hmm. New Orleans is playing really good defense lately, so I think a lot of people got burned because a lot of people were on him last week. So he's going to be lower owned, I think, and I think this is a great bounce back opportunity. So I think that it was a great option.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do too. That's why I'm going with him as my second choice.
Okay.
Yeah. And your second choice is with him as well?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I did. And then
who else do you have?
I have a value play. I have Teddy Bridgewater, 7,000 versus Minnesota.
Okay.
They're passing on almost 64% of their plays. They're on the road, and Minnesota's they've allowed 22 touchdowns for the year, which is tied for most in the slate, and they've allowed 43 explosive plays. So I think that he could really have a big game. I think they're going to be behind, so I think that I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot. And
is he playing?
Well, that's the thing. He was a game time decision. Came down to the game, so they thought he was going to play last Sunday. He was a last minute scratch.
Yeah.
PJ Walker played. So I think he's going to play this week. So keep an eye on that. If he doesn't, I still like PJ Walker.
Yeah.
As his backup, he's going to be a lot
I
cheaper
agree.
as well.
I do too. I like that.
So I think that.
But as of today, we're going to do it on Tuesday. He's still questionable.
He's still questionable. Yeah. He's going to be questionable probably going into the game.
Yeah.
But we should know on Friday if he's going to play. I think he will. So just keep an eye on it. But if he doesn't play, I like PJ Walker as well.
I agree.
So
I don't know if I play PJ Walker as the quarterback, but he's got some
great options.
So I've got some options for that.
Exactly. Do you have anything else at quarterback?
I do have and I think I have the same situation. Who may or may not play, but I'm going to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick in Miami. Okay. 7,400.
Okay.
If he plays,
I
think Fitzpatrick will have a good game.
Okay. I don't know if he's going to play. They may put Tua back in, so keep an eye on that. But
either way, either way,
the quarterback for Miami, absolutely.
Yeah,
because they're playing the Jets.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a team you want to target. So absolutely. So I agree with that.
And they've got to be around the same price too. I'm thinking.
I think so. Yeah, probably so. I think Tua is a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
but absolutely.
Same with PJ Walker. If you play PJ Walker for Carolina, he's going to be much cheaper than Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I would play Walker though.
Yeah.
Would you?
I may. He didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
So I would definitely consider it. Definitely depending on what the prices are.
The price.
So so definitely would think about that. So those are some quarterbacks to think about for you guys. We'll go on to running backs now. There's lots of great options at quarterback, other options as well, but those are the guys we liked and think you should think about for your lineups this week. So now we'll go to running backs. Who are we gonna start off with for your stud?
I'm going back to Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm going with Chubb.
Can't go wrong with Nick Chubb.
Even though they won't be in Cleveland, they'll be in Jacksonville. I'm taking Nick Chubb at 8,400.
I like it.
I love him.
Yeah, it's a great pick.
I love him.
I mean, he's a great running back. I went a little bit more expensive. I went back to Dalvin Cook. Yeah, Dalvin Cook, 11,000 versus Carolina. Carolina's given up 14 touchdowns. They've allowed the third most, which is they've allowed 14. I can't read my notes. They've allowed 14 touchdowns on the ground, which is third most on the slate. So I think Dalvin Cook has a huge game. He's just so expensive though. So
he really
needs you to get.
That's the problem I was having. He is in my top 3, but I had a problem with the price. 11,000.
He's so expensive.
So expensive.
In order for him to pay off, he's going to have to get at least 27 to 30 points.
30
to at least
yeah.
So that's a lot, but he can do it. So he can get you 40 points. So
especially against Carolina.
Exactly. Yeah. So he definitely can do it. And Adam Thielen was put on the COVID list, so he could be out.
Good point.
Yeah, he could be out. So I think that definitely someone to think about. But he's expensive, so if you don't want to pay up for him, I definitely understand that. I have a couple of value picks for you guys to consider.
Right. If you do that, if you do the value picks and you have the money for Cook, definitely a great option.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I have this guy. You're gonna love this. He's coming off IR. I love that. So.
You love those players, and actually it works out for you pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you have a good theory about these.
Yeah, Austin Eckler,
who I love.
They designated to return from IR.
Yeah.
They still haven't said he's going to play on Sunday, but everything sounds like he's going to be released to play. He's 6,500 playing Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Buffalo's allowed the second most rushing yards and touchdowns on the slate. They've allowed 15 touchdowns on the ground. I like Eckler a lot because people forget about him. He's been out for 8 weeks with an injury. And people don't like to play people coming back from injuries or afraid about re-injury or whatever. But I think he's good to go. He's been posting videos of him running and lifting. So
I've always looked at Austin Eckler.
Yeah, he's a great play because he's
a
running and catching
option. But you're right. That's
6,500. Look at Austin.
And I always
Eckler.
stay away from the IR. You're coming back from IR as well, but you've done pretty well with that.
Yeah,
your philosophy seems to
yeah.
work on that.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's definitely one to take into consideration if he plays, which. All signs point towards that he's going to play. So,
Perfect.
Do you have any values for us?
I do. Actually, I'm going back to Ohio. Not north. I'm going south. I'm going Giovanni Bernard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For Cincinnati. 6,100. Burrow being out, I think they're going to run the ball.
I think so, yeah.
Mixon's out still.
Yeah.
I think Giovanni's going to get most of the touches.
I think he is going to get most of the touches. I agree with that. With Burrow being out for the season, they may just try to run it, try to get through the games, get through the season without any more injuries. But
and they're playing the Giants.
Yeah, I like Bernard a lot. My value picks are from the same game on the other side. Wayne Gallman Jr. 5,700 versus Cincinnati. They've allowed the most rushing yards on the slate. They're allowing 136 yards on the ground per game. So Giants get ahead. I think Gallman could do something. If he gets a touchdown, he pays off.
I think that's a great pick.
Oh, okay.
I know he's 5,000, so
he's 5,700. So
5,700.
Yeah, 5,700.
You may hear his name again later.
Really? So I like Wayne Gallman Jr. So
I'm just saying
5,700. So he's definitely some cost savings for you to consider. And those. Do you have any other running backs for us?
No, I might have one later.
Okay, that's all. I got some later for you guys too. So we have some good picks for you guys. There's a lot of great picks to play this week, I think. So lots of different options, different ways to go.
I'm staying with Chubb. My number one running back, and you're going to go with Cook,
and then Eckler, and then Wayne Gallman Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
So and I think that's it for our running backs, and we'll move on to wide receiver. And you want to start with your stud? Okay.
I did a stack on this one. I chose Matt Ryan as one of my quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, for Atlanta, 8,100 versus Las Vegas again. They're in Atlanta. Julio Jones.
I don't think he's going to play.
I really don't think so
Hamstring
either.
injury. And if he does, he's probably going to play for one series or something.
Julio, man, he is just injured.
He's injured all the time. I know.
So I'm staying away from Julio.
Yeah.
Whether he plays or not, I'm staying away from him. I'm going with Calvin Ridley. I think he's going to get most of the passes. So
I like Ridley too. I think he was on my short list as well because I've recommended Ryan as well, quarterback. My stud I ended up going with is Tyreek Hill, 8,600 versus Tampa Bay, pairing him up with Mahomes. Expensive. Yeah. It's expensive stacks, but I mean he's got 10 touchdowns on the year, which is most on the slate. Second is 7. So and he's got 38% of the total air yards for the team, meaning every time Patrick Mahomes is throwing the ball, 38% of those yards are going to Tyreek Hill. So he's getting a lot of targets. He's getting a lot of yards and touchdowns. So at 8,600, I think he pays off in that high-scoring game.
8,600, that's not bad actually for Tyreek Hill. I think you've got a good because Calvin Ridley's 8,100.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
They're pretty comparable.
Absolutely.
And Hill is definitely a good option.
Yeah, and then some cost savings. I like Robbie Anderson, Carolina. You must like him too. I got Robbie Anderson, 6,400 versus Minnesota. He's got 95 targets, and he's got 36% of their total air yards. So he's getting a lot of yards as well.
Yeah, I have to say, I like the Carolina receivers this week.
Yeah.
I went with DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, actually.
Yeah,
DJ Moore's 7,300, and Robbie Anderson, 6,400. Yeah. Last week, P.J. Walker came in, and his 3 targets,
he did good.
They all did well. Moore, Anderson, and Samuel did very well. So I think that even if he doesn't play, I think Teddy Bridgewater will,
Well, and just a note, folks, if you didn't get to see our show last week, which you missed a great show, by the way, if you didn't see it, but last week Terry recommended Thielen and Jefferson for Minnesota. He liked both receivers, and they both did well. Yeah. Thielen was the number 1 receiver, and Jefferson, I think he ended up with 16. I mean, he ended up being the 8th highest scoring receiver. So think about that. He's liking the receivers, and you know what? We're going to help you right here. So here's a stack for you: Bridgewater or PJ Walker, whoever starting at quarterback.
Exactly.
Anderson, DJ Moore. Bring it back with Dalvin Cook. There's 4 players. All you got to do is fill the 5 positions.
I was like, I don't know if you can get all those guys in there.
You can. You absolutely can. Absolutely
but you have no money for anybody else.
Yes, you will. I bet you will. And it'll be hard, but we're going to give you. I'm going to give you some hidden gems. They're going to get you that lineup filled up and help you win $500,000.
And I go with this philosophy too because a perfect example of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt splitting the backfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the same with the receivers. I mean, you could score. Like I did last week, you can have the number 1, number 8 pick.
Absolutely.
By the same team. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can definitely do it. And like I said, if they're throwing and the quarterback's having a good game, chances are the 2 of the receivers are going to have a good. One's going to have a great game, one's going to have a good game. So and that's what happened last week with Jefferson and Thielen. So good call on your part there.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, I have one more value receiver to think about. It's in the Atlanta-Las Vegas game. Henry Ruggs III, $5,500. I know you're going to love it. So, Atlanta's allowing the most yards on the slate. They've allowed 22 touchdowns through the air.
Has he played?
So, yes, he's played. He's a rookie. He hasn't done a whole lot. He's only getting a few targets a game, but Atlanta gives up a lot of big plays. They give up a ton of yards.
I feel like,
write this down. Henry Ruggs III. He's going to, 5,500. He's cost savings.
He plays for the NFL.
Yes, NFL for Las Vegas. I think he's going to have a big game. I just have a feeling, 5,500. You want someone better?
Like I told you, you could spend 5,500 and score a 0.
Well, not really. But Nelson Aguilar in the same game, Las Vegas, he's 5,200. He's actually been getting more targets. So those are 2 options to think about. Aguilar and Henry Ruggs. There's a twofer right there. But either one of them, because Atlanta's pass defense is terrible. Yeah. So, and it could be a high-scoring game. So I like Henry Ruggs, though. I think he has a big breakout game. I think this is his breakout game. I love you.
We'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go with Ruggs.
We'll go with Ruggs. Do you have anybody else for us?
No.
Okay.
After that, I'm going to move right on.
Moving on. So,
my picks look great after that.
I make him look good. He pays me to pick these players. You people didn't know this, right?
So again, where's your bowl, Ron?
That's right. Just reach in the bowl there. So we'll move on to tight end now. And I don't know who you have for tight end. I'm looking. It's hard, but I'm looking to pay up again. So who are you going with?
Probably the same person. I'm sticking with the same games. It seems like I'm going with Darren Waller.
Yes.
7,100 for Las Vegas and Atlanta.
Yeah. Atlanta's allowed 8 touchdowns to tight ends,
Exactly.
which is tied for most on the slate.
Yeah.
So I like him. He's my second choice. Of course,
And
my
he's
first
stud.
choice is going to be Travis Kelce. So at $8,000 versus Tampa Bay, like I said, he's a stud. I mean, it's
How much is Kelce though?
He's $8,000.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, but I was looking at doing my research. He's got 896 receiving yards on the year. Okay, on his slate, the only people ahead of him are DeAndre Hopkins with 912 and Stephon Diggs at 906. That's wide receivers and tight ends.
Right.
He's got 896, and he's got 7 touchdowns, which is second to Hill. So I'm like Mahomes, Travis, Tyreek Hill, Kelce stack.
Yeah.
I looked at it, like I was kind of messing around with it. If you put those 3 players in, you still have 5,733 left to play for all your other positions at each position. You play a cheaper defense, you can get a little bit more. So
And you could put Ruggs in there.
you could. Exactly. He's 5,500. See below. So see, it's all coming together. So absolutely. So he's laughing at that because it's going to win me 500,000 this week. But anyways, you can do it. It's expensive, but you can definitely do it. So I like those 3 for a stack, for a team stack.
Well, how could you not like that?
Well, I know exactly because they go out every week, and those are his main targets. So
Sometimes I do look at lineups and I think, how did they get all those players?
but you
in
can
there?
do it.
You
It
can.
is. You just
You can.
I create it, but you can do it. But I like Kelsey's my stud. Waller was my second choice. You're gonna like my value pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who do you have for your value pick?
Well, I don't know. They're really value picks though, but I have Mike Gesicki
okay.
in Miami, 5,600.
Yeah.
Against the
Against the
Jets.
Jets. Okay. Absolutely.
Again, it's against the Jets, and then I'm taking Hunter Henry again for the Chargers at 5,900.
And that Buffalo.
Yeah.
Charger game. Okay. My tight end is $5,100, and I think he's going to have a good game. He's going to be low. It's Austin Hooper for Cleveland.
Oh.
Playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville's also given up 8 touchdowns to the tight ends.
Yeah.
So the only thing to worry about Hooper is they have Njoku and Bryant.
Right.
So you don't know who Mayfield's going to throw to, but I'm going to go with Hooper.
Hooper had a good game. I mean,
Yeah,
he had seemed to have all the targets last week.
Yeah, so 5,100. If you need some cost savings, I think he's someone to think about.
Yeah.
He's hit or miss, like I said. So it's definitely a chance, but
That's why that's kind of why I stay away from the Cleveland tight ends, because you do have that option. You have the Hooper and Njoku and Bryant. And he goes to all 3 of them.
well, I think I actually helped you out, folks, because I recommend Austin Hooper. So that means it's narrowed it down to 2. Either play Njoku or Bryant. You'll be good to go. so I was thinking about that.
50 chance.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking about, you can listen to Terry's players and seriously think about playing them, and then take my players, take that list, and those are players you don't need to play. See, that's how this show is going to come out and be successful.
That's so ridiculous that we're giving you advice.
Exactly, right?
Oh, my.
Okay, so that's the who I have at receiver. So you got your tight ends there too. And,
I do, yeah. Those are my 3 tight ends.
Okay, so
yeah.
there's some good tight ends to think about. We have a wide price range too to think about, so you get options to build your different cut the lineups. So I think that's good.
Usually you can find a good value in the tight end position. Of course,
Yeah.
Ron and I went with the most expensive ones with Waller and Kelce.
Well, that's why I went to Hooper at 5,100. So if
Yeah.
you want to get someone cheaper, but
Yeah.
so let's move on to our defenses and see what we got there. I think we're going to agree on our top defense.
You do?
I don't know. Who do you have for your top defense?
Cleveland.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm kind of skeptical. I mean, I'm kind of worried about it
4,900,
because
yeah.
the information you gave me just before the we
well,
started
yeah.
the show.
So Myles Garrett's going to be out again, but
Which,
they did
I
good
knew
without.
that
They
one.
did good without him, but Denzel Ward is actually going to be out. Cornerback. He's got a calf strain, so that's going to hurt their defense a little bit. It is definitely going to hurt the defense. So take that in consideration. They still could have a good game. They're playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville has allowed 30 sacks and thrown 11 interceptions. Cleveland has 27 sacks and 9 interceptions. But they're going to be down 2 of their best defensive players, so definitely take that in consideration. But I do like Cleveland.
I do like that play. But if you're looking for more of a value, because Cleveland's expensive.
Yeah, they are, 4,900.
4,900 in the. But if you want something cheaper, I would look at it. I have some other options.
Who you got?
Miami's not cheaper, but I'm taking Miami.
They're $100 cheaper.
No, they're $100 more.
Oh, they're $100 more.
Yeah, they're 5,000.
They're 5,000. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, 5,000.
Yeah, but my value is going to be Minnesota. I think they're 4,200.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Okay, so you like Minnesota, and you have Miami at 5,000, and then Minnesota at 4,200.
And I like the Dalvin Cook play. Dalvin Cook play and the Minnesota play.
Minnesota defense.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing that, and then I
Okay.
like the Nick Chubb and the Cleveland play. So.
Okay. My defenses, I have a couple. I like the Giants at 4,300 versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati, if they're because Cincinnati has been throwing. I don't know if they're going to throw with Finley in there, but they do have Finley. They have a backup quarterback in there. They've allowed 36 sacks, thrown 6 interceptions. Giants have 25 sacks and 8 interceptions. So if they are throwing, I think they can still get sacks. And so I like the Giants defense paired with Wayne Gallman. So that's some savings there at 4,300. Now my other defense, this is a contrarian play. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna love it. So I'm going with Denver at 3,800 versus New Orleans. So hear me out on this one.
Okay, I'll try to hear.
Because New Orleans defense has been playing really good, and I think they're a good play too. But they're playing in Denver, and I think that teams playing in Denver, they're not used to playing at altitude, and I think that gives Denver a big advantage. Like last week, we liked Miami, who went to Denver. They had a rough time.
Yeah.
And Denver's defense played well. Got lots of sacks against Miami. That's what they ended up pulling 2 out. And I just have a feeling that like New Orleans could struggle playing at altitude. And like I said, it's definitely just a gut feel, and I think Denver has that home field advantage as far as the altitude and players not used to playing there. And New Orleans doesn't play there because they don't, they're not in a division, they don't play there on a regular basis. So they may not be used to it. So I think that could be an advantage for Denver at 3,800. So someone to think about.
Sometimes those gut feelings do work out.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes too, when I look at these tournaments when we're watching them, like I was playing, New Orleans is can't miss defense, and they played the guy that wins or the girl that wins. They played the opposite defense because so it's like that's what I'm going with this week. So I'm going the opposite. I'm going 3,800. Going the old George Costanza. I'm going 3,800. Do the opposite. So
you do what you need to do, right?
I will to win 500,000. So we'll be talking about it next week.
We don't agree on that, but I mean, yeah,
no, it's okay.
Hey, we don't have to agree on everything.
So those are our defenses to think about, and now we're on to the best part of the show. The part Terry loves the most.
I love it.
The hidden gems.
And I get trashed a little bit for not being really good hidden gems.
His hidden gems are Terry McLaurin. Really? How is that a hidden gem?
My hidden gem is Kareem Hunt.
Oh, Lord.
No, I didn't. I'm not going.
The tradition continues.
My sleeper is actually one that you had in your regular lineup, Wayne Gallman for the Giants.
Yeah.
I thought he was 5,000. You said 5,700.
He's 5,700.
So still a good value play if you're looking for a value play in the running back position.
Yeah.
Wayne Gallman. Ron and I agree on that. Although he put it in his regular lineup, I put it as one of my sleepers.
Okay.
I think he's going to have a good game.
Okay, so I have several gems for you. I have a quarterback. The quarterback, I think you're going to like this one actually.
We don't usually get quarterbacks.
I know. I'm going to give you one though. Baker Mayfield, 6,900. So yeah.
Well.
Okay, here's what I got for you.
Okay.
So in my research here, so Jacksonville's allowed the third most yards on the slate, and they've allowed 21 touchdowns. Now Cleveland, they're passing on only 48% of their plays on the season, but I looked, and on the road, they're throwing at 55%. They're actually throwing more on the road. And earlier in the season, he had a 5-touchdown game against Cincinnati on the road. I think that this could be a sneaky shootout game. I think it could go back and forth. I think it could get into a shootout, and I think Baker Mayfield could be a sneaky play.
I hope you're right, Ron. I mean, I would love it. I have nothing against Baker Mayfield.
No, absolutely. But I know they're usually a run-first team, so it's definitely a contrarian play. But I just think that it could end up being a shootout down there, especially with the defensive players down for Cleveland. I think that because Jacksonville likes to throw. They throw it 66% of the time. So they start scoring. They score early. Then Cleveland's chasing, and Mayfield's going to have to throw. So think about him at 6,900. Definitely going to be low-owned. So yeah. Who else do you have for us for a hidden gem?
I'm going with a receiver.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Michael Pittman Jr.
I like it.
Indianapolis.
I like it.
You do?
It's a great pick. That was my sleeper last week.
It was?
Yeah.
I never listened to you.
I know he doesn't listen to me.
I did.
But no, I like Pittman a lot. Yeah. He's a great play. I think he's a great play. He's coming on. He's a rookie. He's coming on.
He is.
Yeah.
I started maybe subconsciously.
Subconsciously. Maybe you did listen to me.
Yeah. You. And then,
I like Pittman.
Now he's my sleeper this week.
Okay.
T.Y. Hilton's really not doing anything.
So
he has not
a
good year, and I think they're going to go more to Pittman. So
and Rivers seems to like him. He's going to him a lot. Yeah,
I know, and he's inexpensive at 5,000.
Yeah, I like it. It's a great play. Mm-hmm. I have a.
You had him last week.
I did.
This week he's probably going to go off.
He is. Yeah. Well, he ended up with 3 for 66 and a touchdown last week, so he had like 13 or 14 points. So he didn't do too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, for the price.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have a receiver too. I have a receiver and I have some running backs. I got all kinds of stuff for you. But a receiver, since you did a receiver, I've got Russell Gage, 5,200 for Atlanta. Especially if Julio Jones is out.
Right.
He's got 64 targets on the year. So Ryan's been targeting him. So he's getting about 6.5 targets a game. And especially if Julio Jones is out. So he could be a go-to at 5,200. So I like him.
That is a good price.
Yeah. Do you have anybody else for us?
No, those are my only two sleepers.
All right. Well,
I don't like when you make fun of me. So I just do a couple.
Well, I'm ready to be made fun of because I got some doozies for you guys.
Here we go. The Magic Bowl's coming out. Ryan's going to pull some names.
I got a 2 for a running back here.
Oh, what?
It's an either or. Frank Gore at 5,200 or Ty Johnson at 4,500. New York Jets running backs. So Michael Pirine got hurt last week, so he's out. So Frank Gore's the lead back and Ty Johnson's the backup guy. So Frank Gore's 5,200, Ty Johnson's 4,500. Miami's allowed the 3rd most rushing yards on the slate, and they've tied for the 4th most rushing touchdowns allowed. They've allowed 13. They're playing at home in New York. Definitely a dart throw, but they're cheap. Frank Gore, last time they played a few weeks ago, he had 9 fantasy points against them. Not great, but if he gets 9 again and a touchdown, he didn't have a touchdown. That's 15 points at 5,200, so that's a good play. Ty Johnson's more the receiving running back, but he could get a couple more carries. Like I said, if you're paying for Patrick Mahomes, you got to find value. So
right. Well, at least I've heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. And then to pair with those, the New York Jets defense. They are bare minimum.
Hey.
They are $3,000.
$3,000. Well, there's a reason they're $3,000.
Well, yeah, they're playing Miami. Like I said, they're bare minimum. So, you're paying $3,000, so you can pay up at other positions. Last time they played them, they had 2 sacks and 2 interceptions against them. They got 6 fantasy points. Not great, but when you're only paying $3,000, I'll take 6 fantasy points so I can pay up to get Dalvin Cook and Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trade-off I'm looking at. So I'm going to be playing the Jets in several of my lineups. Not all of them, but they're definitely a huge cost savings. So something to think about. And it's a division game, so anything can happen. Because the teams know each other so well. So.
Those aren't terribly shocking. Not like your Ruggs pick.
Hey, Ruggs pick is a great pick.
That's another sleeper for you right there.
Yeah. That's right. I give you the players you need to play.
That's right. Well, you do give us some good value, right?
I do. Like I said, and you've actually heard of these players, so that's encouraging. So
sometimes you give me players I've never even heard of.
Exactly. Perfect. So I think we got some good players for you guys to think about. We got a lot of players for you to think about.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think we got a good show. I think we got some good differentiation. We didn't agree on a lot of our picks. We didn't have
usually you agree on our game of the week, and that kind of just dictates.
So we agreed on what Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
We had Matt Ryan. Was it
Dalvin Cook? Yeah. We agreed on Robbie Anderson and DJ. I don't know.
Waller.
Yeah.
Cleveland's D. So I guess we agreed on like 5 or 6. So typically 5 or 6. So I guess we did more than I thought. So. Yeah, so I think we had some good players for you guys to think about.
It was a difficult week, I'll give you that. It really was a difficult week, I thought anyway, when you're trying to do your lineups. But
yeah, well, I think you have a lot of options, so I think that's a good.
That's why
it's difficult.
That's why
it's a good difficult because you have lots of options. So
when you have some real obvious players like you did last week.
Yeah, so I think it's actually encouraging. So I think you can do a lot of different variations with your lineups, and I wish everybody best of luck.
Yeah.
And once again, I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, and we thank you for your support and listening.
Right. If you need any information on the show, you can just go to our website at trpcast.com. You can get all the information that Ron loads up there. It has all the places you can listen to us, where you can watch us, and get all the great advice that we like to give you.
Absolutely.
Yep. And one last thing, we want to dedicate our show today.
Yes, we do. Yes,
we want to dedicate it to Buddy Hawkins. Buddy was 12. Well, he was 12 years old. 12 years old. One of our good listeners and good viewers. Their dog went to doggy heaven. We want to just dedicate it to Buddy Hawkins. Yeah. We're gonna miss you. I'm glad we got to see you before this all happened.
Yeah, we did. We're gonna miss you, Buddy. We love you. And we love
the Hawkins family.
We do, absolutely. Yeah, and we thank you for your support, and we love you, Buddy. And he's up in heaven.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Like I said, if you need any information, just go on our website.
Thank you so much. Good luck to everybody. Have a great weekend.
See you later.
Bye.